Twitter at 10, it's amazing how quickly that's gone. And I think it's changed a lot of people's lives. It's changed journalism for sure. And it's changed content distribution in much the same way that Facebook has, in that both of them are becoming very central to a self-curated and peer-recommended media experience and content experience. And that's pretty exciting all around. We're seeing the first level of results on viewability now. The moat integration has taken place with both of those parties. The thing that excites us about it is we're seeing extremely high percentages of human traffic and extremely high viewability, or at least confirmation of ads approving in the viewable window. That's terrific. What we're not seeing so much is duration of views, which is kind of what we expected. And I think that advertisers are embracing the opportunity to a point, but many advertisers are challenged by the creative assets they have. Because it seems fairly straightforward now to understand in the Snapchat environment, the Twitter environment, and the Facebook environment that very short duration video is a reality. There's a relatively or very small amount of video that is playing beyond 3 or 4 seconds in duration, and almost none of it that's playing in that duration with the sound on in mobile environments. And as they're fundamentally mobile platforms, that's an issue if you're depending on sound. So our general advice to advertisers would be, if you have short form assets that deliver brand effect without sound, then you can lean in heavily to those environments. And if you haven't, the recommendation is to make some, because it's difficult to stick the ad products of the past in the containers of the present, and it's very clear that a lot of video consumption is taking place on these platforms. So I think there's a long way to go creatively, but as we expected, in terms of a fraud-free environment and from a viewability to a point environment, those platforms are really successful. I think it might lead us to a new definition of earned media in some ways. And the new definition of earned media will be, well, you pay at 3 seconds and you're going to be earning media as people consume the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th seconds going forward. And that may be one of the definitions of success for advertising creative. And it also occurs to us that advertisers need to sort of change the kind of polarity of what they're thinking about when they make ads. And made a remark recently that maybe it's time to take the 0 off the 30-second commercial as the standard and start thinking about 3s. That may be a bit extreme, but at least we should be starting thinking about 10-second commercials made for their own integrity rather than 10-second commercials that are cut down to 30s. And when you get into that environment, it means you have to put a hook in early. It also means that you have to pick a part of a story that you want to tell, and then another part of the story you want to tell, and another part of the story of what you tell. Because whilst it's great that we're seeing interesting brand recall figures even after 1 and 2 seconds of video consumption, what we won't see is durable brand recall over time, I don't think. And I don't think we'll start seeing the recall of the number of points and the number of attributes that advertisers have been used to communicating in longer form commercials. So it becomes a pretty straightforward issue. Either you have to make creative that's so compelling that it draws people from the initial hook into an extended view, or you have to make multiple treatments that take pieces of that proposition, pieces of the brand communication, and let the viewer assemble it over time in much smaller increments of time. So I've said many times before that the distribution side of the advertising and media business has outstripped the creative or manufacturing side of the advertising business, and I think this is just another symptom of that.